Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome. It is me, Nina, from the Academy of Yoga and Ayurveda, and I am in the gorgeous Delito today. You can see the waves behind me. It is so good that you're here. I was not here yesterday. We are back with my friend, Dr. Vasant Lad. What we're going to be chatting about today is part 2 of Ranjaka Pitta. This Pitta, there's so much that goes on with it. There's so much to explore and experience, and I just really do want to make sure that we take the time to get little bite-sized snippets of this and we understand it well. So for those of you who don't know me yet, again, I'm one of the directors here at the Academy of Yoga and Ayurveda. We have got a chair workshop coming up next weekend. So those of you who are in Cape Town and would like to join us for that, it is going to be wonderful. Pramila is going to be taking it, and it's all about not just like for those who are elderly, because often we think of like chair yoga for like the aging population, the what do we call them, the mature population, or for those who are only able to be in a chair. So for those who are maybe in a wheelchair or have something like that. But no, chair yoga we're going to be exploring is kind of like, how can you use a chair in your yoga practice? How can you maybe use it if you are in an office and you don't actually have the space to do yoga? So we're going to incorporate lots of different aspects with regards to this chair yoga workshop. It is a 10-hour workshop. If you're interested, head down into the descriptions and be sure to book. Again, we run this every year. So if you're catching the replay, just head to our newsletter, subscribe, and you'll get updates as to which workshop is happening which month. We have loads happening, and not just our 200 and our 300-hour yoga teacher training course, or our 40-hour training in Ayurveda, or our 100-hour yoga teacher upgrade, but we have these little workshops interspersed throughout the year. So if you're keen and you want to kind of like just get a little bit more of kind of like the Ayurveda splurge on things, we definitely feed a lot of the Ayurveda into our teaching because we just find it such an integral part in understanding and living life to the fullest, that this is what we're doing. So let's get to it. Remember, yesterday we were chatting about kind of like Ranjaka Pitta and how that is kind of like the pitta that is in the liver and the gallbladder, and how that is important. And if you're interested, make sure that you go back to that so that you can see that. The Sanskrit word for liver is yakrut. Ya means circulation and krut means action. The liver has an important function in the digestion of fat and synthesis of proteins through the action of amino acids. So your liver is key in breaking down and the digestion of fats and, again, amino acids, so kind of like the proteins. And this is why it is so important for us to like take that break and give the liver a little bit of a pause every season, because it is constantly having to kind of like digest and break down the fat. So if we just pause with the kind of like the fat intake, the unhealthy fat intake, it gives the liver a little bit of a break and can kind of like clean house a little. All right. It also helps to circulate Ranjaka Pitta through the hematopoietic system. The Ranjaka Pitta in the liver and the Ranjaka Pitta in the stomach, in the intrinsic factor, enter the circulation and go into the bone marrow. Blood cells are created in the bone marrow, but the intrinsic factor, one of the components of the stomach's digestive juice, enables vitamin B12 to enter the blood and general circulation and go into the bone marrow. And this is key. This is also why, just as a side, like for those of us who are vegetarian or mainly have a plant-based diet, often struggle with the B12. And this is why a lot of people take B12 supplements, because this is a key kind of like vitamin that we need that helps to, one of those components that helps with the buildup of creating healthy blood cells in the bone marrow. There, the Ranjaka Pitta from the stomach, the intrinsic factor, and the vitamin B12 stimulates erythrogenesis, the creation of your red blood cells. The building materials of the bone marrow is kapha, but the functional aspect of the production of red blood cells is pitta. And that is then governed by Rakta Agni and Ranjaka Pitta. We've got the kids arriving, which is so lovely when you get to spend. You want to say hi? Say hi. Did you have fun at the beach? Beach, yes, I know, so much fun. All right, here we go. So, the other thing, hi, mouse. Love it, love it, love it. So the other thing is Yakut is an important seat of fire, and this is important, seat of anger, hate, envy, and jealousy. All those emotions need to be processed and metabolized, and this is what happens in the liver, and this is why our emotions often get metabolized and digested as well. So we often say that like your main mealtime needs to be at midday when the sun is the highest, because that's when your bile is created the most and you have kind of like the most power to digest. And then, so that's kind of like between 10 a.m., so say, and 2 p.m. And then at 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., it's kind of like that time when pitta is high again, but that's when you want to digest your emotions and metabolize your emotions. So paying total attention to a feeling or emotion allows Agni of the liver to release it. The anger, fear, or anxiety can then leave with awareness and maturity. Repressed and metabolized emotions can create stress in the organs. This is how and where we then realize that, we're not just, it's not just what we take in and eat, but actually our emotions and our experiences are also key. These emotions want to come out, but if we suppress them, they accumulate in the tissues and lead to disease. Ayurveda does not separate emotions from the organs. We cannot separate body from mind and mind from consciousness. So that is what I am going to leave you guys with today. We're going to do part 3 tomorrow. I'm going to go hang out with the family now that they've gotten back from the beach, and I will catch you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. And remember, all the details for our workshops and updates are in the descriptions below. See you. Bye.